In 2022, the Smith family was back in the spotlight after Will Smith slapped a comic on stage for making a joke about his wife that many people didn't find particularly offensive. The next day after the assault, there was only one name that everyone was discussing: Jada Pinkett Smith, the lady who had become a pivotal figure in the controversy. But hold on, who is Jada Pinkett Smith, and how did she become one of Hollywood's most powerful but shrewd individuals? Born on September 18, 1971 in Baltimore, Maryland. Right from birth, Jada's career had been destined by her mother, whom at that time, favorite actress, was a lady who starred in a soap opera. Her name was Jada. Inspired by that, Jada was named after her mother's favorite soap opera actress, Jada Rowland. If there was one thing that any person taught Jada will do when she grew up, it was she was going to be in the showbiz industry, considering the fact that her mom, who is a Jamaican, fancied the Hollywood dream and life. One bizarre thing, though, that happened during her early birth will later shape the life and perceptions in the life of Jada. After Jada's mother, Adrienne Banfield Norris, found out she was pregnant with his then sweetheart and later husband, and now late ex-husband, she was petrified. Yes, she loved him, but the issue was she was only in high school at the time. But this won't discourage her in having this baby. Adrienne confronted Robsell Pinkett Jr., her boyfriend at that time, about the situation. But unbeknownst to her, the man who got her pregnant was eager to take things to the next level and even take her to the altar, which meant he will keep the baby and even marry Jada's mother, a sign that this love was really meant. A year after Jada was born, all was set. A young, love-hungry couple who was bent on taking care of their first beautiful daughter and giving her the best of care and attention. But sadly, few months after her parents welcomed Jada into the world, the unexpected happened. Her parents divorced. This was a huge deal gone bad for Jada's mother, considering the fact she was in the middle of high school when she got pregnant. The separation was hard for both, but as the saying goes, when two elephants fight, the grass suffers, and now Jada was the one going to bear all the cost of this messy divorce at just 3 months of age. Things were messy for the Pinkett's family, and their actions now will go a long way to make their daughter a drug dealer and enable her mingle with some of the notorious and yet famous people in Baltimore, one of which is rapper Tupac Shakur. Young Jada, less than a year old, was moved to stay with her grandmother, Marion Martin Banfield, a Jamaican-born social worker. Now that Jada was been raised by her grandmother, it was determined she was free from her mom's absence, who now wanted to pursue and finish her education. In a monitored podcast about Jada on the Red Table Talk in 2021, speaking about her grandmother, Jada described her granny as a doer who wanted to create a better community and add beauty to the world. At just 6 years, Jada was leaving her name. Her mother had named her after her favorite soap opera actress Jada Rowland, and the traits of her namesake started living up. Jada's grandmother noticed her granddaughter's passion for the performing arts and enrolled her in piano, tap dance, and ballet lessons. The stage was set for Jada's talent craft and Hollywood appearance at just a younger age. By the time Jada was a teenager, she got enrolled in Baltimore School, where she proceeded to study arts. It was at Baltimore that Jada met and became close friends with her classmate, rapper Tupac Shakur. According to Jada, when she met Tupac Shakur for the first time, she was a drug dealer. And recounting once on her Red Table Talk, she cited she used to take hard liquor, mix it with ecstasy, and laze it with bit of marijuana. Her mother on that same show came open about her being a heroin addict. After high school, Jada was still fixated on getting her Hollywood big break, so she got herself enrolled at the North Carolina School of the Arts, where she majored in dance and theater and later graduated in 1989. Now it's important to note that during all this time, Jada had not acted in any Hollywood minor and major movie, but she was still focused, so after graduation, she spent a year at the North Carolina School of the Arts to further perfect her craft, hoping to launch a big break in Hollywood. Throughout Jada's life, she'd been through many hurdles surviving with a single mother, and been brought up by her grandmother, and even mingling with some of the most notorious at Baltimore, and even doing drugs at a point. But she's still been able to come this far. It was her time. Jada Pinkett was now done with college. She even spent an extra year after graduation at college to still perfect her act. It was time to strike. To Jada, it was either now or never. She never wanted to end up on the sidelines or be a gunner. All this while, Jada had never auditioned for any movie or even series. She was a hopeful actor with no real-time experience. She had nothing to prove for her acting, but for her college degree, which wasn't enough. In 1990, a year after leaving college, Jada started auditioning for shows. Fortunately, she landed one, a role in an episode of True Colors. Jada quickly realized making a cameo in a single series was not going to break her into the mainstream. She auditioned for more roles and landed herself guest roles in TV shows such as Doogie Howser and 21 Jump Street, which was all a hit in the year 1990s. This guest and cameo appearances will propel Jada to earn a role on comedian Bill Cosby's NBC television sitcom, A Different World, in 1991, as a college freshman, Lena James. Jada was finally getting her Hollywood dream realized, but she still hadn't landed any major lead role in any film or high-budgeted movie. All she starred until that time was getting guest roles and cameos. But the tables were about to change, later setting her up for her first ever movie and even appearing on a show where she will later meet Will Smith on a TV series and later be embroiled in controversy of destroying Will's marriage and snatching him from his first wife, and also making it on the tabloids for reportedly dating popular rapper Tupac Shakur. Jada made her acting debut in the movie Menace to Society, which was released in 1993. Her first movie gig was as a result of a longtime friend recommendation to the producers and directors at that time. This friend was Tupac. Because of the recommendation from her close friend Tupac Shakur, who was supposed to appear in the movie but was ultimately cut from the ensemble, she got the part of Ronnie, a mother who raises her daughter alone. After Tupac's sack from his role in the movie following an argument on set, Jada threatened leaving, but Tupac Shakur persuaded her to continue in the character she had been playing. By this time, Jada was making it on the big screens. She was getting famous and noticed not just in Baltimore, but in the whole of US. Jada was now famous both in the movie industry and even in the music industry, due to her strong affiliation to rapper Tupac Shakur. The dating rumors of her and Tupac was stuck down. She publicly started dating former basketball player Grant Hill while the player attended Duke University. All this while, she still was very close to Tupac, at a point referring to Tupac as his brother for life, and will later go on to raise $100,000 for Tupac's jail release after his sexual abuse conviction in 1995. Jada met Will Smith in 1994 on the set of Smith's television show The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when she auditioned for the role of his character's girlfriend, Lisa Wilkes. She was rejected the role, even though she qualified. This was because Jada was considered too short, and the role went to actress Nia Long. Now all this while, Will Smith was married to actress Sherry Zampino in 1992, and even though Jada failed to secure a role as Will Smith's girlfriend on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, many believe their relationship and entanglement began off screens, though Will was married. In 1992, Will Smith welcomed his first son Trey Smith with wife Sherry Zampino, but the pair later divorced in 1995 after irreconcilable differences. The next year, it was revealed Jada and Will Smith were already embroiled in a romantic affair, and many went on to call out Jada for being behind Will's divorce to Sherry Zampino, which Jada later denied, stating she only started dating Will seriously a year after his divorce from ex-wife, which many doubt. Will and Jada later began dating publicly after he separated from ex-Sherry Fletcher. In 1995, Jada began directing music videos. She directed the music video I'm Going Down by girl group YNV and How Many Times by Gerald Levert. All through this while Jada remained loyal to his friend Tupac, and reportedly even came up with the concept for his California Love music video, which she had intended to direct. In 1996, Will and Jada's tumultuous relationship has began into something more serious. Jada had opined, prior to she and Will relationship been made public for the first time, Will had developed an attraction to her. but did not act on it. That same year in 1996, Jada's close friend Tupac, when heading to his death row nightclub, Club 662, got shot by unknown gunmen who rode in a late model Cadillac. Tupac Shakur was struck 4 times, one in the arm, in the thigh, and twice in the chest, with one bullet entering his right lung. He died the next day. After Tupac's death, Jada eventually moved from her hometown of Baltimore to California to be with Will Smith, sparking the begin of their roller coaster marriage. On December 31st, 1997, Jada was 3 months pregnant for Will Smith. Will proposed to Jada. They got married at Baltimore, Maryland in a private ceremony. But things were just getting started. In the coming years, Jada will be focused on his family, helping Will Smith to climb to the Hollywood Platinum status. Later, Will and Jada's marriage will be on the rocks, amidst cheating revelations of Will Smith with co-star Margot Robbie and Jada returning the gesture in kind by having an affair and cheating with her son's friend August Alsina. Just then, the cracks in the Smiths has began. Many blamed on Jada forcefully taking something that doesn't belong to her and ruining it, as many called out Will for his on and off affair with Hollywood co-stars, and even agreeing to an open marriage with Jada. This triple effect will go a long way to starve her children of their planned Hollywood success, and at point leading his son Jaden to desert their family house in LA. The cracks were evident and the Smiths were going downhill. More in the part 2 of this video, which will be aired same time next week on our YouTube channel, On Point.